In this video, I'm going to do a step-by-step beginner tutorial on how to use Lbank and trade on the Lbank spot market. If you're looking to learn how to trade futures on Lbank, I have a separate tutorial for that, and I'll leave a link for that video in the description down below for anyone that might find that helpful. In this video, I'll show you how to quickly sign up on the Lbank platform, I'll show you where to go if you want to buy crypto using fiat, and how to deposit crypto assets onto the Lbank platform from another wallet address. Then I'll cover the different market types and pairings and get you familiar with the spot market user interface. And I'll demonstrate how to place some trades using market orders, limit orders, and how to set up some stop losses. All of that and more with some tips and tricks along the way. If this is your first time signing up on Lbank, I've left a link for you in the description of this video, as well as in the pinned comment down below. Lbank is often running promotions for people who are signing up for the first time. These can be anywhere from deposit bonuses, discounts on fees, and entries into exclusive giveaways. Simply use that link down below when signing up to find out what promotion might be available to you. I've also left you some timestamps in the description of this video, so at any point feel free to skip ahead to a section that might be most relevant to you. This video is not financial advice and is intended for educational purposes only. If you end up getting some value out of this, don't forget to leave me a like and hit subscribe. Let's get into the video. If you click my link in the description of this video or in the pinned comment down below, you should arrive on this page right here. And you can create an account by either using an email or a phone number. Simply select the option that makes the most sense for you. Then right down here, you can click here to read Lbank service agreement, and if everything looks good to you, you just simply click here on login register. At the time of recording, KYC is not necessary to create your account or even use the Lbank platform. But if that changes in the future due to government regulations, you can get verified by simply coming up here to the top right hand side of the screen, hover over your profile icon, and from this drop down menu, click on security. This will bring you over to your security settings page, and you'll notice KYC right here up at the top. I'll also point out that you can potentially increase your withdrawal limit if you choose to get verified. And you'll be able to see your 24-hour withdrawal limit right here. I'll also point out that you can increase your 24-hour withdrawal limit by simply binding Lbank to Google Authenticator and adding that extra layer of security to your account. I went ahead and made a separate video on how to get that done, and I'll leave a link for that video in the description down below for anyone that might find that helpful. After I made that video and bound my Lbank account to Google Authenticator, I noticed that my withdrawal limit jumped up to 14 BTC. So not only are you adding an extra layer of security to your account, but you're also increasing your 24-hour withdrawal limit. If you'd like to get verified, you just come over here on the right-hand side and click on verification. And that'll bring you over to this page right here, and you'll need to choose your country that you reside in from this drop-down menu here. And then you'll need to choose a government-issued document to submit during this KYC process. You can submit driver's license, ID card, residence permit, or a passport. Typically, I just use my driver's license, so simply click on the document that you wish to submit. Then down here, you'll notice that you'll need to upload a clear photo of the front side of the document, and then you'll need to upload a clear photo of the back side of the document. Then click on Next to proceed with KYC and getting verified. If you'd like to buy some crypto using fiat, you'll find all your purchasing options right up here at the top of the screen. Hover over buy crypto, and you'll see at the time of recording that you can do debit credit card, you can do P2P, or you can do a bank transfer. But this bank transfer is done through a third-party service provider. You'll notice if I give this a click, you'll likely be getting a disclaimer letting you know that you're leaving Lbank and going to legendtrading.com. So carefully give this a read through. If you're okay with that, you check this box right here, and then click confirm to proceed to do a bank transfer through the third-party service provider. I'll just go ahead and hit my back button here. If we come back to buy crypto and click on the credit debit card option, that'll bring you to this page right here. You can select the crypto that you wish to purchase from this drop-down menu here. And at the time of recording, that's Tether, Ethereum, or Bitcoin. Then what you would do is you come over here, type in the amount you wish to spend. So let's just imagine we wanted to do $100. Then come down to this box, give it a click. And here's where you can select several different payment options. Once again, we've got our bank transfer here, wire transfer. If I use the wheel of my mouse and scroll down, we can find Google Pay, Visa, Apple Pay, MasterCard. Simply click on the option that makes the most sense for you. Once you select the option that you wish to use, you just click here on confirm to buy. Then on this page here, you can choose the merchant that you wish to use. And remember, these are all third-party service providers. They're all perfectly fine, just pay attention to the fees. You'll notice right here on Coinify that I'll be receiving 95 Tether for a $100 spend. So just browse through and find the option that makes the most sense for you. If you do choose to buy crypto using fiat, you'll be able to find it in your spot wallet once you purchase it. To get there, you just come right up here to wallet and then click on spot. Then this will bring you over to all your spot wallets. And this is where you'll find your crypto if you purchase it using fiat. To deposit crypto onto the Lbank platform from another exchange or from another wallet address, you'll first need to come over here to your spot wallet. So if you're not already on this page, you just come up here to wallet and then click on spot from this drop-down menu. Over here on the right-hand side up at the top of the screen is where you'll find your deposit as well as your withdraw button. Alternatively, you can come down to the asset down below here that you wish to deposit or withdraw. And then over here on the right-hand side, you'll find a withdraw button as well as a deposit button. I'll go ahead and demonstrate with Ethereum, and I can see it right here, but you can also use the search bar up at the top here to search for the asset that you wish to deposit. Now Ethereum comes up at the top here, so what I'll do is I'll just come over here on the right hand side, and I'll click on deposit. Then on this page here, you can change the crypto that you wish to deposit by clicking right here. Then you can select a different crypto from this drop down menu, or you can search for it in the search bar here. Ethereum works perfectly fine for me, so I'll just be leaving this as it is. Next, we'll need to select our network, and we can do that by clicking right here. Then you'll get a drop-down menu with the available networks. Arbitrum works perfectly fine for me, so I'll just leave it on that. The main thing is, make sure that the network matches on both sides of this. You don't want to send from one network into another network, or you will lose your coins forever. So just make sure that the network matches. And I'll be demonstrating that in this tutorial. Then right down below here is where you'll find your deposit address. And then below your deposit address, you'll find your QR code. So if you're sending in from a phone, you can always scan your QR code to get this done. For this demonstration, I'll simply copy my deposit address and I'll send a little bit of ETH into Lbank from Coinbase. So I'll quickly toggle Coinbase into frame like so. And I already have this set up to withdraw Ethereum from Coinbase over to Lbank. So I'm going to come right down here and paste my deposit address for Lbank right here like so. And I'll go ahead and just send over $50 worth of Ethereum. I'm going to click on continue. Now I need to choose the correct network. So I'm going to come right down here where it says network Ethereum, give that a click. And here's the Arbitrum network right here. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a click. Now the network matches on both sides of this. So I'm going to go ahead and click on send now. Now the Ethereum is on its way over to Lbank using the Arbitrum network. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on done, and I'll bring Lbank back into frame. And here's a quick tip with this. If this is your first time sending coins to the Lbank platform, just send a small amount first. That way you can confirm that you have the correct address as well as the correct network. Once that small amount of coins shows up on the platform, then you can have the confidence to send in a larger amount. I will also point out that you'll find your minimum deposit amount right here, and you'll find your estimated time to receive your coins right here. And if we scroll down just a little bit further, here you can see that my coins have now arrived onto the platform. You'll also get an email notification letting you know when your deposit is successful. Once your coins arrive on the platform, you can find them by coming up here at the top right hand side of the screen, hover over wallet, then come down here and click on spot. And here's where you'll find your coins once they arrive. You can see my Ethereum right here. Once you buy some crypto using fiat or deposit some crypto onto the platform, you're ready to trade on the spot market. If you want to find all the different market types and pairings, you can come right up here where it says markets and give that a click. Then on this page here, you'll find all your different market types up at the top here, and you'll find all your pairings down below. You'll see that I'm currently set to USD, so this means all these pairings down below are quoted in Tether. If I sold a coin using these pairings, I'd receive Tether for the sale. And if I want to buy a coin using these pairings, I'd need Tether to make the purchase. If we were to come up here and click on BTC, now this means all these pairings down below are quoted in Bitcoin. So if we sold a coin using these pairings, we'd be receiving Bitcoin for the sale. And if we want to buy a coin using these pairings, we'd need Bitcoin to make the purchase. Simply choose the market type and the pairing that you wish to trade. So I'll go ahead and click on USD, and I'll go ahead and do Ethereum versus Tether. So we'll give that a click. And this will bring us into the user interface where we can do some trading on the spot market. Another way to get to the spot market is just simply coming up here to trade and then clicking on spot trading. You'll also find your market types and pairings over here on the right hand side. All the market types up top and all your pairings down below. So at any point you can click on a different pairing that you wish to trade. Right in the middle here, we have our price action chart, which is showing us the asset's performance over a selected time frame. And you can find your time frames at the top left-hand side of the chart. In my case here, you can see that I'm currently set to a daily time frame. That means each one of these candlesticks down below represents 1 day of time. If you want to view a different time frame, you just come up to your time frames and then click on the time frame you wish to view. So if we wanted any of the hourly time frames, we could click right here where it says 1 hour, and we can toggle it from a 1 hour to a 4 hour if we want. Now we're looking at the 4 hour time frame. So each one of these candlesticks now represents 4 hours of time. And I'll go ahead and just switch us back to the daily time frame here. This chart is powered by TradingView, so you're going to have access to some drawing tools as well as some indicators. You'll find your drawing tools over here on the left-hand side of the chart, and next to each tool is a little arrow. If you give that a click, it'll expand into a drop-down menu, and here's where you'll find additional drawing tools. And you'll find some indicators right down here at the bottom of the chart. You have your MACD, volume, Bollinger Bands, and RSI. If we wanted the MACD, we just click on MACD. And as you can see, the MACD has now appeared at the bottom of the chart. If we want to get rid of it, we just come right over here and click this little X. And as you can see, I just removed it. You can also change the appearance of your chart, and I do like to change some things around. So to do that, right-click on your chart, then come down here and click on Settings. Then you'll get this pop-up window here where you can change the appearance of your chart. What I like to do is come down here to Appearance, give that a click. And I like to get rid of the vertical grid lines as well as the horizontal grid lines. They're just not serving much of a purpose for my trading style. So to do that, we'll click on this box right here next to vertical grid lines. Then we'll slide the opacity down to 0. And we'll do the same thing for the horizontal grid lines, just like so. Then I like to change the background from gradient over to solid. And then I like to click on this box right here and select the darkest color like so. And as you can see, I've changed the appearance of my chart. What you can do is you can come in here, play around with the settings, and get this looking exactly the way that you like it. At any point, you can restore the defaults of the chart by coming down here, clicking on Template, then click on Apply Defaults. Now, as you can see, I just set the chart back to its default settings. So if you ever come in here and you do something that you don't like the look of, don't know how to fix it, you can always come down there and apply the defaults and start over. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and just retrace my steps here, and we'll get this looking back to the way I like it. We'll get rid of these lines here. Go from gradient to solid, darker color. I'm going to go ahead and click on OK. The next thing I like to do is grab onto this little line between the volume and the chart. I like to just drag it down a little bit, something like that. But once again, get this looking the way that you like it. When it comes to charting and technical analysis, I prefer to use TradingView directly, and I'll just drag it into frame for a second here. On TradingView, you're going to have access to far more data, more indicators, different assets and asset classes, and you can backtest trading strategies. There's just so much more that you can do with TradingView. And TradingView is free to use. The free version does have some pop-up ads, which can be a little bit distracting, but it does work perfectly fine. My version of TradingView is a paid version, but you can also try one of their paid plans for free for up to 30 days. That way, you can make an informed decision if TradingView is a good fit for you. So I'm going to leave a link for TradingView in the description of this video, as well as in the pinned comment down below. I also have a step-by-step beginner tutorial on how to set up and use TradingView. So I'll leave a link for that video in the description down below for anyone that might find that helpful. And over here on the left-hand side of the chart, we can find the order book. And the order book is showing us where market participants have placed their buy orders and their sell orders. And they're doing this by placing limit orders. And I'll be demonstrating limit orders in this tutorial. On the top side of the order book in red, we have what's known as the asks. These are the price points that market participants have placed their sell orders at. Down here in green, we have what's known as the bids. These are the price points that market participants have placed their buy orders at. In the middle of the order book right here, we have the mid price. So what the asset is currently trading at. So all the asks up above are going to be greater than the mid price, and all the bids down below will be less than the bid price. When a trader comes along and executes a market order, they're matched up with the best available price from the order book, and the trade is executed immediately. And I'll also be demonstrating market orders in this tutorial. When a successful trade is executed, we can see it over here under recent trades in real time. All the buys will come in green, and all the sells will come in red. In the price column of recent trades, we can see the price point that the successful trade was executed at. And over here under trade volume, we can see the size of the trade that went through. When the market gets really volatile, this panel will become quite active. And right here underneath the chart is where we can find our order panel, where we can buy and sell using market orders, limit orders, and we can set up some stop losses by using a stop limit. And I'll demonstrate all of these. First, I'll demonstrate a market order, and these order types are nice and simple. They'll execute immediately at the best available price from the order book. So what we'll do is we'll come to our order panel. Over here on the left-hand side, we'll click where it says Market. Now let's imagine that I want to sell my Ethereum. I'd come over here to the sell side of the order panel, and I'd type in an amount that I wish to sell right here. And you'll be able to see your available balance at the top right-hand side here, so you'll know exactly what you're working with. So in my case here, I could do a custom amount, something like that. And alternatively, you can use this slider bar. So if I was to slide this up to 50%, that would sell half of my Ethereum. If I slid it up to 100%, that'd be selling everything. Once you get this set up the way that you want it, you just click right here on Sell. Then you'll get an order confirmation pop-up window. So confirm the details are what you intended. And if they are, click right here on Confirm. And as you can see, I just sold my Ethereum at the best available price from the order book. Now you can see that I have an available Tether balance right here. And over here, you can see that I sold all my Ethereum, except for just a little bit of dust there. Nice and simple. If you want to use a market order to buy, you'd come over here on the order panel, make sure you're set to market, and then on the buy side here, you'd choose the amount you wish to spend. And of course, you'll be able to see your available balance right here, so you'll know exactly what you're working with, and you can always use this slider bar down below. For this demonstration, I'll go ahead and spend 20 Tether. Once you get it set up the way that you want it, you'd click on Buy. You'll get your order confirmation pop-up window here. Make sure it's what you intended, and if it is, click on Confirm. And as you can see, I just bought some Ethereum at the best available price from the order book. You can see my available balance has come down to 29 Tether, and over here on the right-hand side, you can see that I'm now holding a little bit of Ethereum on account. As easy as that. Now I'll demonstrate a limit order. And a limit order will give you the ability to be a little bit more strategic by choosing a price point that you wish to be a buyer or a price point that you wish to be a seller. And you can place these orders onto the order book. So the first thing we would need to do is come over here to our order panel and click on Limit. Now we need to choose a price point that we wish to be a buyer or a seller. So I'll demonstrate by being a buyer first. And let's come on up here to the chart. Let's imagine that I want to place an order to buy Ethereum if the price of Ethereum was to retrace somewhere down around these candle bodies right here. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and grab a horizontal here from my drawing tool. So I'm going to click this little arrow here, and then I'll select a horizontal line from this little menu. Now let's go ahead and mark out those candle bodies, something like this. Now we can see that there's a price point correlated to that horizontal on the y-axis of the chart, coming in at 1,760. And let's imagine that I want to place an order to buy Ethereum if the price of Ethereum comes down to that price level. So we'll come over here to the buy side of the order panel and we'll type that price point in. We'll go 1,760. Now we need to choose the size of our order. And of course, we can see our available balance right here. So if I wanted to, I could come down here and I could do 20 Tether for this order, or you can just use this slider bar right here. For the purposes of demonstration, I'll just slide this up to 100%, and then once you have this set up the way that you want it, you'd click on Buy. Then you'll get your order confirmation pop-up window where you can confirm the details of your order. So in my case here, I'll be placing an order to buy Ethereum at 1,760. And I can see the amount that I'll be purchasing if the price of Ethereum comes down to 1,760. And we can see the size of the trading volume for this order. If everything here's what you intended, you just simply click on Confirm. Now I've placed that order onto the order book. So if Ethereum was to continue to the downside and come down to my order price right here, this order is going to fill and I'll be purchasing some Ethereum. We can now find the details of this order if we come right down here and click on Open Orders. And here's where you'll be able to find the details of the order that you put on the order book. This order will stay on the order book until it either fills or we cancel it. If you want to cancel it at any point, you just come over here and right underneath Action, click on Revoke. And as you can see, I just canceled that limit order. We can also use limit orders to place sell orders as well. So let's head back up here to the chart and let's just imagine that I want to sell my Ethereum if the price of Ethereum comes up around this pivot point on the market right here. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and grab a horizontal again from my drawing tools and let's go ahead and mark that out. Maybe these candle bodies, something like this. Now we can see a price point on the y-axis of the chart coming in at 2,102. So let's come back down here to the sell side of our order panel and we'll type that into selling price. So 2,102. Now we need to choose the size of our order. And of course, we can see our available balance of the asset we're looking to sell right here. So we can come down here to selling amount and type in a custom amount, or we can just use the slider bar. For this demonstration, I'll slide this up to 100%. And then once you have the order set up the way that you want it, just click on sell. Then we'll get our order confirmation pop-up window where we can confirm the details of our order. So make sure it's what you intended. So in my case here, we can see that I'll be selling all of my Ethereum. If the price of Ethereum gets up to 2,102, we can see how much of the asset I'll be selling and what the trading volume would be of this particular transaction. If it's what you intended, just simply click on confirm. Now I've placed that limit order to sell my Ethereum onto the order book. So if the price of Ethereum was to increase to the upside and get up to my limit order right here, the order is going to fill and I'll be selling my Ethereum. But it won't sell until price action reaches my order price. We can find the details of that order down here under open orders, and here's where you'll see the details of the order that you placed on the order book. At any point, if you want to cancel it, you just come over here under action and click on revoke. And as you can see, I just removed that sell order off of the order book. Limit orders certainly give you the ability to be a little bit more strategic about choosing your price levels. And sometimes you can get better value when you're looking to sell, and you can get a better price when you're looking to buy. But you do need price action to cooperate. For example, in our buying scenario, maybe Ethereum doesn't come down to our order price. Maybe Ethereum just pops to the upside from here, and of course we would miss out on that because our order down here never filled. Or maybe price action comes down, fills our order, but then just continues to the downside, and that would put us at a loss. In our selling scenario, maybe Ethereum is to pop up, but rolls over right here and moves to the downside. We'd still be holding onto the coins because price action failed to reach our order price up here. Or maybe price action comes up, fills our sell order here, but then just blasts right through there and moves to the upside. And of course, we'd miss out on those gains because we would have sold our coins down here at our order price. So a couple basic considerations when choosing if a limit order is appropriate for your particular situation. But that's how you can use a limit order. Now I'll show you how you can set up a stop limit. So the first thing we need to do is come to our order panel and click right here on stop limit. Now we need to choose a trigger price. This is going to be a price point that triggers Lbank to place a limit order to sell our coins. So let's head on up here to the chart. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and just get rid of this horizontal like so. Let's imagine that I just bought some Ethereum on this candle right here. And maybe I want to set up a stop loss right here to protect myself from the possibility of Ethereum rolling over and moving to the downside. Maybe I want to use these wicks right here. So for the purposes of demonstration, I'll come over here to my drawing tools, I'll grab a horizontal line, and I'll go ahead and mark somewhere out just below those wicks, maybe something like this. Good enough for this demonstration. Now we can see a price point on the y-axis of the chart coming in at 1,734. So let's come down here to the order panel, and on the sell side, we'll type that price point into trigger price, 1,734. If the price of Ethereum decreases to 1,734, that's going to trigger Lbank to place a limit order to sell my coins. So now I need to choose a selling price. So let's head back up here to the chart, and let's just imagine that I want to set a selling price below these wicks right here. So once again, I'll grab a horizontal from the drawing tools like so, and I'll go just a little bit lower than those wicks, maybe something like this. Now we can see a price point on the y-axis of the chart coming in at 1,678. So we'll come back down here to our order panel, and on the sell side, we'll type that price point into selling price. So we'll go 1,678. So if the price of Ethereum hits 1,734, Lbank is going to place an order to sell my coins for 1,678 or better. So there's a couple things to know about this. The first thing is I like to leave a little bit of breathing room between my trigger price and my selling price. If you set your selling price too close to your trigger price or at the same level as your trigger price, you run the risk of price action getting below your selling price before this order is placed and filled. If that happens, you won't actually be selling your coins. Your order will simply be placed on the order book to sell, and you'll be waiting for price action to bounce and come back up to your price point before that order fills and executes, and there's no guarantee that that will happen. The second thing to know is if your trigger price gets hit, Lbank will move to sell your coins for your selling price or better. So if there's a better price available on the order book than your selling price, your coins will sell for a higher price. So you can always feel comfortable leaving a little bit of breathing room between these two price points. That way your coins sell if your trigger condition gets hit. You just don't want them to be too tight. Lbank is lightning fast about getting these orders placed. It's just something you don't want to leave to chance. At least I don't. So now that we've chosen our price points, we'll come back down to our order panel, and on the sell side, we'll choose the amount we wish to sell if our stop loss gets hit. And for this demonstration, I'll just use the slider bar. I'll slide it up to 100%. Then when you're ready, click on sell. Then you'll get your order confirmation pop-up window where you can confirm the details of your stop loss. So in my case here, if the price of Ethereum hits 1,734, my coins will be sold for 1,678 or better if there's a better price point available on the order book when my trigger price gets hit. Basically, what I'm telling Lbank is that I want to get at least 1,678 for my coins if my trigger condition gets hit. If everything is what you intended, just simply click on confirm. Now we've placed that stop limit. And to quickly recap, if Ethereum was to come down and hit my trigger condition right here, my coins are going to be sold for 1,678 or better if there's a better price point available on the order book. We can find the details of our stop limit if we come down here to open orders, and here's where you'll see the details of your stop limit order. At any point, if you want to cancel it, you just come over here under action and click on revoke. As you can see, I just removed my stop limit order. As easy as that. And there you have it, your introduction to using the Lbank exchange and how to trade on their spot market. If you got some value out of this, don't forget to leave me a like and hit subscribe. Also, feel free to check out some of my other Lbank tutorials, which I've put together in a playlist on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for coming by and checking out this video. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one, and until I do, have yourself a powerful day.